Well, Monday on BBC1 is given an early shot in the arm from Angels at 6:55. The second part of the Young Runaway story is at 7:20, direct from the wonderful world of Disney. Panorama at 8:10 reviews tomorrow's Labour Party conference, which must decide whether to back Michael Foot's plans to purge the party of the militants. Following the 9 o'clock news, the Monday film is yesterday's hero with Ian McShane as a soccer superstar on the way down to the scrap heap. Ian Johnston introduces a new series of Film 82 at 11 o'clock, including the latest news and reviews from the film world and extracts from a selection of the latest releases. Finally, Couples at 11:30 begins a series about couples and their relationships. Well, that's tomorrow evening on BBC1. Earlier in the day, BBC2 opens the week's live coverage of the Labour Party conference at Blackpool at 9:30 in the morning. Sir Robin Day and David Dimbleby report on this all-important first day. That's on BBC2. Now on BBC1, Jim Bacon.
Good evening to you. Well, it certainly has turned out to be a very blustery, stormy day indeed for some parts of the country, with very strong winds and some very heavy storms around as well, all because of this low that's been with us for some time. I'm sure you're fed up hearing about it, so it'll probably come as good news that it's moving away now. But the bad news in this forecast is that there's another one already developing to the southwest, and that's going to deepen and swing up towards the country, probably crossing through the Irish Sea and then running across northern parts of Scotland tomorrow evening, becoming quite a deep low by then and bringing once more some wet and windy weather with it. And I'm afraid for the following 2 days, for Tuesday and Wednesday, still very unsettled weather for most of us. The forecast chart for noon tomorrow, well, that doesn't really offer any surprises. Having just talked about a low deepening, you'll see it there, slap bang over the Irish Sea, with the fronts pushing up across the country from the south. Those fronts will be carrying a fair bit of rain with them, and also you'll notice from the number of isobars packed around that low, there will be some quite windy weather indeed, particularly in the south of the country and probably later on tomorrow in the north. Well, that's set the scene for tomorrow, but for tonight we've still got one or two other features of today's weather left around, and that's to say some showers in these more northern parts. The heavier showers in central and eastern areas have all but gone now, just the odd one or two here and there, one or two running along this Channel coast, and I think you're still likely to get one or two of those during the night, so long as the wind stays from the southwest, which I think it will do because it's already started to back and increase again over Cornwall, and before much longer you'll be getting the first signs of the cloud thickening up and bringing the next lot of rain, and that rain I think will have reached all of the southwest and South Wales by the end of tonight. And for tomorrow that heralds the start of a very unsettled day indeed. Quite a bit of rain around the country, the rain tending to work its way northwards, and probably it'll do that fairly quickly during the morning, reaching most of England and Wales and up to the border counties by the end of the morning or the early afternoon. At the same time, in southern areas you'll find the weather giving way once again to brighter conditions, some sunshine, but also some fairly heavy showers around. In the far north, a fairly bright start, but even up there the weather will cloud over by the afternoon with some rain working its way northwards across Scotland during the evening. Well, that's all from me. A very good night to you.
And so that's our evening from BBC1. But as we close, a reminder for you not to forget our colleagues over on Radio 2 with music and conversation through the night. But as I said, the conversation here on BBC1 has come to an end. The time, very nearly 18 minutes past midnight. This is Richard Straker in London, wishing you a warm and peaceful good night. Good night.